Good morning. I am Roberto Mezzina. I'm very pleased to celebrate with you the 30th anniversary of the reform in Czech Republic. In the 80s in Italy, we were going on with what was a revolution for us. That was the closure of the psychiatric hospitals, starting from the one in Trieste where I started to work, and I worked all my career. And then going to other places, and particularly enacting a law, the Law 180, famous law that closed all the institutions in a period of about 20 years. It took a long way to go on this direction, but it was definitely a great change in the approach and in the vision of people with mental illness. A great anti-stigma action, and above all, it was the declaration and the implementation of all human rights, ranging from civil rights to social rights of people with mental health problems, which were not living anymore in institutions, but were moved to the community and achieved the right to have an independent living, as well as receiving services closest to their living environments. So they also started to work. The first social cooperative was set up in Trieste in 1972, and then there was a movement that today has more than 8,000 social cooperatives, which are NGOs working in Italy and which provide place and train and real work, because these are enterprises which compete on the labor market with other enterprises but are protected by specific laws because of their so-called social added value. I think that our reform, to some extent, is similar to what happened in your country many years ago with the development of a social approach, a social side of what was called the psychiatric care, and a first move toward mental health. Mental health is a concept which is wider than psychiatry, of course, even wider than community psychiatry, and includes other actors, particularly people themselves with lived experiences, their families, and the organizations which are rooted in the community, which are based on a community endorsement or supported by public funds, because they have a social aim, a social value, and the NGOs in Czech Republic respond to this specific task. I had the opportunity, and I was very lucky to meet some of the best experiences in the Czech Republic in these years, which are now protagonists of the new policy for implementing mental health, to which I had the honor and the privilege to give a small contribution, being part of a scientific international board for your current action plan. And I hope that I can still go on and supporting. I think this is a great opportunity. I've seen that the plan has been developed in line with the World Health Organization action plans, particularly the European one, and this precisely aimed at developing what was our impact in the reform in the 70s, in the late 70s. That was an approach based in the community, not anymore based in institutions, and even considering the fact that big institutions are still working in your country as in other countries which belong in the past to the socialist bloc. And I think this is even a more difficult task that you have to undertake. It requires to develop alternatives in the community. It requires to move funding from institution to community, and it requires a change of mentality, a change of thinking, as well as change of practice and a change of the whole system. So I think I've seen that all the seeds that are based on the current action of this organization, of the NGOs in the community in Czech Republic, are really in the right direction. I met many operators, many staff, many directors, which are great person. They are great leaders. They have the right knowledge and the right practice already developed. So everybody is in line to start with the epochal change in mental health in your country. So celebrating the 30 years of this reform and the 30 years of the life of the NGOs in Czech Republic, I hope that we can contribute as from Italy and from the international group, which is based on organizations like the International Mental Health Collaborating Network or the World Federation for Mental Health or any other organization that can contribute together with World Health Organization to help and to foster your epochal change. Thank you very much, and best wishes to you all.